Oh, breaking news.
In game real time, it's hard to make that bang bang call 100%. Hey, baseball fans, ever wonder what happens when a star player says no thanks to a new position? This week on Saturday Sliders, we're asking, is it fair or foul that Rafael Devers is refusing to play first base for the Red Sox? Plus, we're breaking down the latest from the Giants and Jays. I'm Almar and he's Armando. Let's talk baseball.
All right, Omar, let's go around the bases.
Around the bases.
And we'll start with the latest news. Well, probably the hottest topic of the week. Aaron Judge start to the season. Um, they're calling it historic season. I've heard some comments about Captain America is probably the best batter the Yankees have ever seen, or somebody even are saying the best right-hander batter they ever seen. What do you think of his start to the season?
So I said it in the offseason, Armando, and I'm saying it again now. Even without Juan Soto in the lineup, Aaron Judge is still Aaron Judge. The guy is on pace to repeat, if not break that home run record. And it's not just the power here, Armando. His batting average is solid too. He's not just hitting bombs; he's hitting for average as well. So that's scary for everyone.
You're right. This is not just for power, because that's what when he came in. Into the season, he was just known for that, right? He has evolved as a player. He has cut down the strikes, and he has formed into a hitter, not just a power hitter. And that's I think that's where what is amazing right now. He has a 20% strikeout rate, and that number has gone down in the last 5 seasons. So it's pretty incredible to see that. He's for the season he has dipped a little bit from last week. He was batting 423. Um, but right now he's batting a 396 and 14 home runs, tied for first, and 37 RBIs, tied for first. So he's in chase already for the um, Triple Crown already. It's May and we're already talking about Triple Crown. But
Um, this is one question, and if Aaron Judge does break that record again and wins a triple crown, are we looking at one of the greatest power hitting seasons of
well,
all?
I think that's what people are talking about this week. It's been a big topic about what it's crazy to compare him to Ruth or um, Ted Williams or other greats or Barry Bonds. He's been compared a lot to Barry Bonds, what he's doing. So yes, we I think we're seeing some type of a historic season right now. Let me just go back from a calendar year from late because he started very slow last year, right? He took the month of April off, and uh, from last year, April 26th, 2024 to this year, uh, he is. Oh, I wrote it down. Let me just go back. Um, Not only is he in 57 games, he's batting 363 with 61 home runs and 157 RBIs in one calendar year. That's a pretty amazing. I'm going to take my love for Barry Bonds out of the side. Um, but this is, yeah, I think we're having a historic season, so it's pretty incredible to see that. And I didn't think he was gonna hit for 60 home runs, but we're seeing he's just an overall hitter now.
And I'll give you props. You said this before the season started. Losing Juan Soto is the best thing that happened with this Yankees lineup. So yeah, the Judge is proving everyone right now, including
Yeah,
me.
correct. So so that's uh, so that's Aaron Judge, and let's go to another just happy news, a happy good story. Um, Javi Javier Baez, he was left for dead. I think the Tigers they didn't they regretted that making that offer, that long term contract. he was left to dead, and it was a bad marriage. In the last 4 seasons, he has not played over 70 games. So it was talk about just waste of money. But this year, he has turned he has resurrected his career. This season, he's batting at 308, 3 home runs and 19 RBIs. The Tigers are sitting first in the and their division. And a large part of it is because of Javier Vargas, and also he's playing center field. Omar, do you think he's early candidate for comeback player of the year?
Oh, most definitely, Armando. You know what? It's really great to see Javi Baez doing his thing again. We saw this with Chicago Cubs way back when they won the
Mhm.
World Series there. And after signing that massive deal with the Tigers, like you said, it felt like he lost his game. And then last year, the injury didn't help either. So, but now he's starting to look like the Javi Baez that we all remember. So good to see. And yeah, if he wins the comeback player of the week, not the week, the year, then props to Javi Baez for finding his groove again.
Yeah, I think so. And not only is he playing great, but he's having fun playing baseball again. You can see that joy. And I didn't know he was playing center field, to be honest with
Neither
you.
do
Like
I.
he's
I
playing
just
good.
saw him
He's playing good.
I just saw him make a catch like a few weeks ago. I was like, Javi Baez center field. That's new.
It's like what is he doing in the outfield, right? But he's looking good, and obviously winning cures all wounds, right? So at this point, maybe he didn't want to go rebuild, be a part of a rebuild, right? But now that the Tigers have are turning things around and they're winning, that could be just a good medicine for him.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Well, that is it for Around the Bases. Let's go into one of our favorite segments. Uh, Fair or foul. But before we do that, please subscribe, like, and follow. It will help our channel grow.
Fair or foul?
Perfect. Well, we'll start with the um, one of the biggest news of the week. The Pirates has fired manager Derek Shelton. This comes after 5 seasons with Pittsburgh, and they were in a 7 game slide before they fire him. Omar, is this fair or foul to let him go so early in the season?
All right, I'm calling this one a foul. Look, the Pirates are an up and coming team. They're not the Dodgers or the Yankees. They're not there yet in terms of being a serious World Series contender, Armando. So firing the bench boss this early, it feels like just a panic move. I get it, Armando. Maybe they expected more out of the gate. Maybe they thought they'd take a bigger step forward this season. But the reality is, with a young roster like the Pirates have, you need stability back there in the bench, right? So you need consistency on the bench to help these young guys develop to keep them the message clear, right?
Right. Obviously, I'm not supportive of anybody getting fired, right? Like everybody's family is affected. They moved there 5 years ago. He has a young family. His kids has been a part of the Pittsburgh community. So I'm not supporting any firing. Let's just let it be clear. But I'm calling this fair. I think when there's no expectations and you're rebuilding, no one is expecting you to go to the playoffs or to have a winning record. But now things have turned around, and I think there's expectations now. And the Pirates did was one of those last year. They were on the cusp for winning the third wild card, right? They were contentions all year long, and right now they're sitting 12 games, 10 games behind the Chicago Cubs, and they're last of the division with 12 and 26 record. That's when they fire him. So I think it's fair. Like I just think when you look at the last 5 years, he has gone 306 wins with 440 losses. So that's just when you see those numbers, it's like, well, there has to be change. This is a young roster. What I don't like is that he was hired to do the rebuild, and there's a lot of up and downs, and there's a lot of growing pains. To let him go this early, I don't like it, but it is fair. It is a business at the end of the day.
That is true. Yeah, I just didn't like. I just
No, I
didn't.
don't like it either.
I don't like it. I don't like any manager or any coach getting fired. But like you said, it's a business first. So
Yeah,
it,
and
that,
I think it's
that,
like
that,
there's expectations now, which is a good thing, right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's another actually hot topic of the week is we have Devers, who has told the Red Sox he is not going to play first base. Is this fair or foul?
I'm calling this one fair for Rafael Devers here, Armando. Look, I get it. The Red Sox wanted to improve their team by signing Alex Bregman. So now your third base is locked. So now they're asking Devers to move over the first because their first baseman got injured. But let's not forget there was already an issue before the season with him not wanting to be a full-time DH, and we all saw it. Devers struggled mightily out of the gate at the plate to start the year. So after all that, you're asking him to shift to a completely new position. I don't blame him for pushing back. You can be a team player, but at one point, where does it stop, Armando? You sign a big contract to be the face of the franchise at third base, and now they're trying to bounce you around the infield like a utility guy. That's a tough ask.
Yeah,
That's a tough ask for any player, Armando,
yeah.
especially one who's already dealing with with a slump early on, right?
I I agree with you. I'm calling this fair as well. I think, like I said, it is a business at the end of the day. We don't like it when managers or organizations treat players uh, like a business, but when it has to go both ways. So if players are saying like, no, I'm not going to do this, like, well, it it's an even trade-off, right? You can't have it both ways. So to me, it is fair. First of all, he has never played first base in his entire career. He's always been at third, and he was hired to be the face of the franchise. And not even a year later, he's kind of like he's on trade rumors, right? Trade talks. But no, I call this fair. First of all, he has never played. To ask him to play first base. He doesn't want to look like a fool. I think that's fair. He doesn't want to look like a fool, right? Like making all these errors. But Boston has said like we don't care if you make errors. We just need somebody. But at the same time, it's kind of like you said. I'm not gonna play just DH, but now you're going against your word. So I think it's messy. This is why I said the Boston had the worst off-season signings. And during the off season because you were inviting chaos by doing this, and it's happening. So I do warn Rafael. The Red Sox don't have patience. They will. The fan base don't have patience. They were willing to trade Manny Ramirez in his peak, right? Like when he was in his prime, they were willing to trade him, right? Like before they won the first World Series, he was in the trading block. So they're not afraid to pull the plug, and so be careful with that, or you might be sent down, and that's even worse.
Well, he
So
even if he moves and then play in first base, like we all think first base is it's an easy position to play. No,
no way.
no way. So if he messes up in there, his head is on the line already. So he knows that. Rafael Devers knows that, and like you said, if the Boston Red Sox start sliding down in the division and Devers is struggling at first base and not hitting, then he'll get traded or get sent down. So it's a lose-lose
Yeah.
situation for him.
But it's so crazy because I don't even know what the Sox are thinking because he never took grounders at spring training, and I'm pretty sure he's not taking grounders right now. So to have him just play, just put him out there in May, that's kind of crazy. So All right, Omar, let's go with the last topic, fair or foul. Um, Major League Baseball scheduling department has scheduled another team 17 games straight. After seeing the Giants early in the season go through this, the Atlanta Braves are about to end their 17 game schedule. What do you think of fair or foul for doing this to teams and players?
I'm calling this one foul for the league. If only certain teams are getting hit with a stretch of 17 straight days without a break. That's a huge problem, Armando. Look, I get it. Scheduling is tough. You're dealing with multiple cities, stadium availability, travel logistics, all that. It's a mess. But still, no rest for over 2 weeks, Armando. That's a recipe for injuries. You're talking about pushing players to their limit physically, and when fatigue sets in, that's when the hamstrings go, the shoulders give out, and IL starts filing up. So it's not just bad for teams, it's bad for the league. You want your best players on the field, not in the trainer's room, Armando.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm calling this foul as well. When if you're saying that you care for health and safety and players' well-being, you don't schedule this. I am glad that they're scheduling the beginning of the season. This will be suck if it happened in the middle of the summer when you're dealing multiple, like when humidity comes up, right? Like a muscle tightness, or at the end of the season when everybody's gas out. So I am glad that they're doing this, but for player safety, this is foul. Like um, for the Giants, I can't speak for Atlanta, but like for the Giants, they were getting the plane and going straight to um, to the field, to the stadium, and just getting warm up for the game. So I think that's a little crazy. They just straight to the ballpark, sir. Get your uniform on. Let's go,
No,
right?
no, no
So
sleep, just play baseball, right?
yeah, but I I will echo what Bob Myers, our GM, said. Our skipper said, I'm just glad no one got injured in the 17 games
Yeah.
because that was a lot. So I hope the same thing for the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah, especially with Atlanta Braves, their their star players are just coming back from injuries, right? So
Exactly. So they're having a lot of a lot of players coming back. So actually that's a good thing for Atlanta because they're after their slow start, they are actually turning things around.
yeah,
Well, that is it for fair or foul. Let's get into our Giants and Blue Jays update.
Giants, Blue Jays.
Um, from my point, for the Giants updates, it's been a quiet week. Um, they finished the homestand strong. Um, they went to Chicago and just played a very tough Chicago Cubs team. Very tough. Uh, it was back and forth action, so it was a really good series. They end up winning. The Giants end up winning the series, but for some reason they're playing Minnesota and they have dropped the last night's game into this today's game. So the Minnesota Twins are under 500, and they're just for some reason their bats have gone cold, which that's a little disappointing because we thought like okay like, but I think with it being so high with the Cubs trading back and forth, I think this is just a letdown. But
don't
hopefully
don't
they come.
don't, don't tell me you lost to Pablo Lopez.
No, I was expecting for him to see it. I haven't looked at the pictures yet for tomorrow. Maybe we'll get him. Maybe we'll get him a special changeup. So
Yeah,
I think the only issues this week from a team perspective, the controversy closing role is starting to heat up. Ryan Walker has blown another lead against the Cubs, and then the following day um, he allowed runners to go on base. He was able to still close the game, but there's a lot of pressure, and he looks very shaky. He has and while Camilo Duvall has He just keeps looking impressive, keeps shutting down, and there's a lot of tension saying like there's a lot of noise coming saying that um, Duvall should be the closer. So, anyways, that storyline should be. It's not going to cool down, but it's interesting. I like Ryan Walker. Um, he has blown two saves from Justin Verlander's starts. So um, we still don't have Verlander's record. Still, look with statistics, they just look bad. But he's pitched well, but they just keep the pen keeps blowing the leads. The quality starts that he's making. So, but I'm telling this story because Ryan Walker after the game on on Tuesday night he went and apologized to Justin, saying like, "Hey man, that's not acceptable at my as a closer. That's not acceptable. You pitch 7 innings and I blew the lead." So with that alone, Ryan Walker has earned respect from his teammates, the media, the fans. Obviously, no one likes to lose, but the fact is he's showing maturity for a young player, and it's a good thing. But yeah, that is it for the Giants update. Nothing too much, but we are happy where the Giants are at right now, and it's starting to heat up in the National League West. We're starting to play within our divisions. Uh, Padres, San Diego, Giants are just kind of flipping from 1 to 3, and right now the Dodgers and the D-backs are slugging it out. Their first series of the season, and it's a juicy one.
It's gonna get real really soon, Armando,
Oh
for the Giants.
yeah,
It's gonna get spicier. Yeah,
yeah. So
did you see that? How many runs? Like
yeah,
24 runs before D-backs and Dodgers, man.
13 to 11. I was like, holy cow! Like if it was a football game, it would be kind of wow. That's a defensive game.
Yeah.
So no, they're throwing punches. I like it. So
Yeah, well, at least you're right in the thick of things there with the NL West here, and hopefully they can keep up with the Dodgers and the Padres here. So the closer role, that's tough. Here and there you'll blow some saves. No one's perfect here. No one's Mariano Rivera. So
yeah.
yeah, but stick with with your guns there. He admits his fault anyway. So
Well, I think the biggest thing, like, he made a comment after the game, saying like because Bob or Skipper went back-to-back games with him, he didn't give up on him, and he made comments like, "Well, my manager believes in me even when I don't believe in myself." So that's kind of real, right? Because and in athletes, sometimes you don't get the truth, right? And he's kind of laying it out there, like he's showing his emotions. And so, but Bob Myers, he keeps saying like, "I have two closers," so
which
it's
is
a
good.
good problem to have.
Yeah, which is good. Yeah, you have like the back of the pen figured out. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
So,
Yeah. Hmm.
well, that is it for the Giants update.
So, all right, time for your Blue Jays update here. Let's start with some good news. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is absolutely on a tear right now. He's riding a 12-game hitting streak at the time of this recording. And like you said, Armando, Vlad seems to heat up when the weather does too. So, if he keeps if he keeps this up, maybe he can spark something for the Jays. But here's the thing: Toronto is still hovering below 500, and that's not where we expect them to be at this point this season. There were even some rumors about trading pitcher Kevin Gossman, but honestly, I don't see that happening. At least not yet. If they keep sliding down the standings, though, who knows? That conversation might might come up again soon enough. So, but right now, I don't think that's gonna happen. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. The awful first 2 months here. It's been bad, and when the team underperforms like this, somebody's got to take the blame, right, Armando? Like the Pirates, they fired their bench boss. So Are we looking at manager Judge Snyder or GM Ross Atkins being on the hot seat? Because if the players are not getting it done, the front office and the coaching staff are the next in line here. So, what do you think? Is it time for the Jays to shake things up, or do they ride it out and hope Vlad can carry them back into the race?
I think there were as much as I think it might be fair, to be honest with you. There's been expectations for the Jays last 2 seasons, and they've been underperforming. So I wouldn't be surprised um, if they keep falling down the standings. There's going to definitely be a shakeup of things, right? So either trading some players, um, or letting go of the GM or the coach, right? So once again, don't support any firing going on, but it is a business at the same time. Um, But that's crazy. If you are trading Kevin Gosnett, that's pretty much a white flag of the season, right? So that's
Yeah,
crazy to think about
yeah,
that so early in the season, right?
true. Yeah, so yeah, you like you said, there's gonna be a shake up if things doesn't go well. For a top five payroll, under
Yeah.
500 is not good enough. So
And on
and
paper, that pitching rotation should be good, right? So
yeah, but like I mentioned this last week's episode, their starting pitchers are giving up home runs right here and there. So
mm,
it's not they're not being good lately. So if the pitching is not there and the hitting's not there, then that's not a
how's the
good recipe.
defense? How's the
Well,
defense, team defense?
I well, the team defense is still good. We got Varsho in the center field now. I
Mm,
haven't seen if second baseman Jimenez came back because he had an MRI with his leg. So hopefully it's not that serious. So
yeah, hopefully.
yeah, but the overall defense is still there. It's just I think we need, well, not we, the Jays need like an actual third baseman because that's the hole there in the infield. So I think if they're in the thick of things come trade deadline, I think they're gonna look at a third base, maybe Devers. So who
That's
knows? Who knows?
good.
Yeah,
Good one. Yeah, it's interesting. I think it makes a huge difference. I'm not sure if the Jays are going through this, but the last couple of years, the Giants pitchers or starting pitchers were giving a lot of home runs because the infield was terrible. The pitchers did not have confidence in putting the ball in place because they just did not have the support behind them. So they just had to um, reach a little deeper, the starting pitchers, but they were giving up a lot of home runs. So um, and that's what I think is that's why they traded for Chapman. I mean, that's why they signed Chapman, and that's why they gave him a contract. That's why they went after Willie, uh, because they needed help in that side of the ball, right? So, and they just that those two players have made the whole infield very strong. So, which pitchers, the numbers show like they're putting the ball in place because they have that confidence on their defense. So, like if they're having a big hole in third base, like yeah, like they just
yeah, yeah. That's definitely it. Yeah, if your third baseman is just giving away like outs, then that doesn't help the pitching, right? So
right. So, well, that is it for another episode of Saturday Sliders. And thanks for watching.
we'll see you back next week.